The cross currents and dynamics at work in this evolving Trump administration are absolutely fascinating. He has virtually none of the institutional Republicans on board with the populist message that got him elected to the White House. Right? If Donald Trump had said, okay, here's my message, guys. I'm going to be a classic Republican running for president, and I want to privatize Medicare. I want to turn Social Security over to Wall Street. I want to roll back the protections for gay people. I want to undo Roe v. Wade. I want to strengthen the drug law and build more private prisons. I want to privatize all aspects of healthcare in the United States. The list just goes on and on. If he had said, we're gonna certify Citizens United, and we're gonna put it into legislation, and in addition to the Supreme Court. We're going to continue the war on drugs. We're going to continue our, building our military he did say that. We're going to have more money for defense contractors. We're going to push for the TPP and other trade deals. If he had said those things, he never would have gotten elected. If Donald Trump had gone through the Republican agenda, he never would have gotten elected. But he didn't. He defied the Republican Party in their own primary. He got elected to the Republican, as the Republican candidate for president of the United States by saying George W. Bush was the worst president in history. I will not touch your Social Security or Medicare. We're going to bail out the people instead of the banksters. Some of these banksters need to be going to jail. The TPP is dead on arrival, and in fact, I'm going to tear down NAFTA and all that other stuff. That's the stuff he got elected on. Now, he threw in a few sops to the racists, the homophobes, Actually, it wasn't so much an anti-gay agenda, other than having Mike Pence on his platform, on his ticket. Mike Pence is arguably the most virulently anti-gay politician in the United States. Of any consequence. Certainly one of the most anti-woman politicians in the United States of any consequence. But Trump didn't run on that. Trump ran on this populist stuff. And you will not find a Republican who will agree with him on these things. There used to be populist and progressive Republicans. Not just, Howard Taft and William Howard Taft and Teddy Roosevelt. But, there used to be progressive Republicans, in the 60s and 70s. The real purge of the Republican Party, getting rid of the progressives in the Republican Party, happened in the 1980s, or began in the 1980s during the Reagan administration, and then really picked up steam during the George W. Bush administration. And so there's nobody left in the Republican Party who agrees with Donald Trump on the main things that people who voted for him for president were hoping he would do. So what's going to happen? Is he going to do it like Reagan and make it all smoke and mirrors? That's been my prediction all along. That he will spend a bunch of money on infrastructure, which will create a bunch of jobs and it'll stimulate the economy. And he'll do a giant tax cut for billionaires, but there'll be enough in that tax cut to give a couple $100 to the average person, which will stimulate the economy. And he'll say, see, the tax cuts worked. Trickle down actually does work. Ronald Reagan was right. When in fact, it wasn't the tax cuts, it was the infrastructure spending that did it. And, he and all the Republicans will lie about it, as they've been doing for 40 years. And, it'll give them the power to do more and more of that. Or is Donald Trump going to actually stand up and say, you know, I have no loyalty to these guys? The institutional Republican Party. In fact, I would say when he made Steve Bannon his chief strategist, it was a giant middle finger to the Republican Party. Steve Bannon is the guy who said that they should be, you know, his phrase, bitch slapped, as I recall. Or I should say B-word slapped. It's my apologies. But you get my point. Is he going to take on the Republican Party? I don't think he will, unless we all help him a little. Not sure yet how to do that, but the strategies are evolving. Stay tuned.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 202-808-9925.
There is a real opportunity here, I believe. We'll see.